Okay, students, very good evening to all. Now we are discussing Kirchhoff laws in current electricity chapter. Already you know there are two Kirchhoff laws, Kirchhoff first law and Kirchhoff second law. Already in previous videos we was discussed about Kirchhoff first law and Kirchhoff second law. If anyone not see or if anyone not listen the two laws, I will give the link in description box. After some time, so you click that link and you listen the two laws. Okay. Now today I am going to discuss problems related to Kirchhoff's second law. Before I am going to discuss problems related to Kirchhoff's second law, once again I will try to revise sign conventions. Already we have discussed sign conventions in previous class, but once again I will revise. Sign conventions. See, when we move across the cell from positive terminal to negative terminal, that time the potential difference across the cell can be taken as negative. So we move across the cell from positive terminal to negative terminal. So when we move across the cell from positive terminal to negative terminal, what sign we are taking? Negative. Negative sign we are taking to the potential difference across the cell. So potential difference across the cell. Potential difference across the cell is negative. Negative sign we are taking when we move across the cell from positive terminal to negative terminal. Second sign convention. So when we move across the cell from negative terminal to positive terminal, that time the potential difference across the cell can be taken as positive. Potential difference across the cell. Potential difference across the cell is positive. In previous video, we will discuss these sign conventions, but in that video, I am explaining here in this condition. I am explaining drop of potential takes place. Okay, so drop of potential means potential difference across the cell is negative. Here in this diagram, I will explain rise of potential takes place. Rise of potential means potential difference across the cell is positive. Okay, so in previous video I am using drop of potential and rise of potential. So when we move across the cell from positive terminal to negative terminal, drop of potential takes place. It means potential difference across the cell is negative. When we move across the cell from negative to positive, rise of potential takes place. That is the meaning of potential difference across the cell is positive. Okay, don't confuse. So both are same. So come to third one. So when we move in the direction of current, when we move in the direction of current which is passed through the resistor, that time the potential difference across the resistor can be taken as negative. potential difference across the resistor can be taken as negative. So when we move against the direction of electric current which is passed through the resistor, that time the potential difference across the resistor can be taken as positive. Here drop of potential takes place across the resistor. That's why I am writing potential difference across the resistor is negative. Here rise of potential takes place across the resistor. That's why I am writing potential difference across the resistor can be taken as positive. So these are the sign conventions we have to follow for solving the problems related to Kirchhoff's second law. And some rules are also we have to be followed for solving the problems related to Kirchhoff's second law. So what rules we have to be followed for solving the problems related to Kirchhoff's second law? Rules. Now I am going to discuss rules for solving the problems related to Kirchhoff's second law. First rule, starting from positive terminal of the battery starting from positive terminal of the battery having highest EMF. So starting from positive terminal of the battery having highest EMF, then after for distribute the currents, across the resistor. Based on Kirchhoff current law. So starting from positive terminal of the battery having highest EMF, for distribute the currents across the resistor based on Kirchhoff current law. This is the rule we have to be followed for solving the problem related to Kirchhoff's second law. What is the second rule? If direction of currents across the resistors is wrong, we get negative answer. But magnitude of answer is correct. But magnitude of answer is correct. So after distribute the currents across the resistors in the given diagram, if the direction of currents are correct, we get answer in positive. Suppose for example, if the direction of currents across the resistors is wrong, we get negative answer, but magnitude of answer is correct. So for example, in the given path, 5 amperes current is flowing in the one path. For example, in the one path 5 amperes current is flowing. If the direction of current is wrong in the given path, we get minus 5 amperes. That's it. If the direction of current is correct in the given path, so we get plus 5 amperes. Okay. If direction of currents across the resistors is wrong, we get negative answer, but magnitude of answer is correct. Next, third rule, check number of unknown quantities. Check number of unknown quantities. The number of unknown quantities must be equal to number of required equations. Number of unknown quantities must be equal to number of equations. For example, in the given problem 3 unknown quantities are there, so definitely we required 3 equations. If 2 unknown quantities are there, we require 2 equations. Okay. Check number of unknown quantities. The number of unknown quantities must be equal to number of equations. So these are the rules we have to be followed for solving the problems related to Kirchhoff second law. Now I am going to solve this problem. First, what we have to do? First we give names to the given diagram. A, B, C, D, E, F. These are the names I have given to this diagram. After giving names to this given diagram, next we have to consider one closed loop. Already you know what is the meaning of closed loop. If anyone not know about closed loop, already I give link in description box. Okay, so once you click that link and you definitely will know about what is the meaning of closed loop. So first what we have to do? First we give names to the given diagram. After we give names to the given diagram, then after we have to consider one closed loop. Okay. Now here in this diagram I am considering a closed loop A, B, E, D, A. A, B, E, D, A. So this is the loop I am considering. This is the closed loop I am considering. I am considering one more closed loop. B, C, F, E, B. These are the closed loops I am considering. After selecting closed loops in the given diagram, then after, based on these rules, based on sign conventions, we are trying to solve the problem. So first, what is the first rule? Starting from positive terminal of the battery having highest EMF. See, in this diagram, there are 2 cells are there. So 15 volts, 30 volts. So out of 2 cells, this cell having highest EMF. Now I am selecting this cell. So from this cell, I will start distribute the currents across the resistor based on Kirchhoff current law. Now, you know already current is always flows from positive terminal of the cell to negative terminal of the cell. Now, I start distribute the currents from this cell because this cell having highest EMF. Now, the current should be going like this. This I current should be passed through 3 ohm resistor. Now, here observe point number B. At this point number B, 2 conductors are meet here. This is one conductor, this is another conductor. So definitely here this point B is called as a junction. See here, at this junction, what divided? Definitely current is divided according to Kirchhoff current law. Now, the current should be passed through 3 ohm resistor like this. Out of I amperes current, let I1 amperes current is passed through 3 ohm resistor. After I1 amperes current is passed through 3 ohm resistor, what is the remaining current passed through 6 ohm resistor? I minus I1. Here out of 2 cells, I am considering 30 volt cell. Why I am considering 30 volt cell? Already clearly we must discuss first rule. So starting from positive terminal of the battery having highest EMF, that's why I am selecting or I am considering this cell. So from this cell I current should be coming like this. So I current should be passed through 3 ohm resistor like this. Now at the junction B current is divided. Out of I amperes current, I1 current should be passed through 3 ohm resistor. So what is the remaining current? I minus I1. So that I minus I1 current is passed through 6 ohm resistor. Now I minus I1 current should be going like this. Now again here at point E, again the current should be divided according to Kirchhoff current law. So here through 3 ohm resistor I1 current it should be passing. Here in this path I minus I1 current it should be passing. So at this point E, so these 2 currents are meet here. So I1 current it should be passed through towards point E, I minus I1 current it should be passed through towards point E. So definitely we have to add these 2 currents according to Kirchhoff current law. So after we add these 2 currents, we get I ampere. So I plus I minus I1. So we get I. So I plus I minus, sorry, I1 plus I minus I1. So plus I1 minus I1 cancel, we get I ampere. Now, so this I ampere current should be going like this, and finally it should be entering into the cell through negative terminal. Okay. This is how we distribute the currents across the resistor based on Kirchhoff current law. Okay. Now already I am selecting 2 closed loops. One closed loop A, B, E, D, A. So considering a closed loop A, B, E, D, A. Considering a closed loop A, B, E, D, A. So based on sign conventions, so we will try to the equation to the closed loop A, B, E, D, A. So I am starting from point A. So now, so observe this path AB. So in the path AB, so current it should be moving in this direction. So I minus I1 current passed through 6 ohm resistor in this direction. We move in the path AB, we move in this direction. It means here in the path AB, we move against the direction of flow of electric current. You know already, when we move against the direction of flow of electric current, at that time what sign be given to the potential difference across the resistor? Positive. Okay. Now I am taking potential difference across this 6 ohm resistor as positive, because in this path we move against the direction of electric current. Okay. So first starting from point A, right? So starting from point A, so here definitely at this point A, so voltage is existing. So here BA, I am starting from point A, no, that's why I am writing BA. BA means voltage at point A. Now we have, in the given path we move like this now. So what is the formula for potential difference across the resistor? According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Okay. So we move against the direction of electric current. So definitely what sign we are taking to the potential difference across the resistor? Positive. Okay. So VA plus IR, VA plus IR. But here through the 6 ohm resistor, what current is flowing? I minus I1 current it should be flowing. So VA plus I minus I1 into, what is the value of resistance? What is the value of resistance? 6. So considering a closed loop, AB EDA, so BA plus I minus I1 into 6. Why I am writing I minus I1 into 6? Because in the path AB we move against the direction of electric current. So when we move against the direction of electric current, so what sign we are taking to the potential difference across the 6 ohm resistor? Positive. So plus I minus I1 into 6. Now I am moving in this direction. Now I am following BE path. So once observe this BE path. So in this BE path, so this is the direction of current, and in the direction, in this path, in the direction of electric current, we move. Okay, here in the path BE, we move in the direction of electric current. So according to the sign conventions, so when we move in the direction of electric current, that time what is the potential difference across the resistor? Negative. Minus I1 into 3. Ohm's law formula, V is equal to IR. So based on that Ohm's law formula, now I am writing like this, minus I1 into 3. So why I am writing minus? Here in the path BE, we move in the direction of electric current. Already we must discuss, no, when we move in the given path, when we move in the direction of electric current, that time the potential difference across the resistor can be taken as negative. That's why I am writing negative sign here. Now I am following the path ED. So in the path ED, this is the direction of electric current. This is in this path, in this direction we move. So in the path DE, we move against the direction of electric current. So when we move against the direction of electric current, so what is the potential difference across the resistor? Sorry, here in the path ED, there is no any resistor, no, so no problem. Now I am moving like this. So I am moving like this. Now I am following the path DA. So through the path DA, observe the path DA. So in the path DA, so we move across the cell from negative to positive. So when we move across the cell from negative to positive, what is the potential difference across the cell? Positive. Already we discussed this point in sign conventions. When we move across the cell from negative to positive, what is the potential difference across the cell? Positive. Means rise of potential takes place. So plus 15. Now I am writing plus 15. Now finally I am reaching same point. So when we are reaching same point, I am writing minus VA. It should be equal to 0. Already you know what is the statement of Kirchhoff's second law. What is the statement of Kirchhoff's second law? The algebraic sum of potential difference across the resistors in a closed loop should be equal to 0. So that is sigma B should be equal to 0. Already clearly we must discuss Kirchhoff's second law in previous class. So this is the equation we have to write to the closed loop ABEDA based on rules and based on sign conventions. Okay. Now I am solving this equation. So BA plus 6I minus 6I1 minus 3I1 plus 15. So here plus 15 minus 15 cancel now, equal to 0. Minus 6I1 minus 3I1 minus 9I1. 6I minus 9I1 plus 15 equal to 0. This is equation number 1. Here in this diagram, how many unknown quantities are there? 2 unknown quantities are there. What are they? I and I1. We don't know how much current is coming from 30 volt cell. Okay, we don't know I1. So definitely we need 2 equations. Already we discussed power rule. Check number of unknown quantities. In this diagram 2 unknown quantities are there, I and I1. So definitely we need 2 equations for solve this problem. So in this problem how many unknown quantities are there? 2 unknown quantities are there. In this problem I and I1 are the 2 unknown quantities. So definitely we need 2 equations. Must and should we need 2 equations. Already we get 1 equation. I want to require 1 more equation. For that I am considering 1 more closed loop, BCFEB. It is not necessary consider the loop BCFEB. If you consider the loop CFEBC also, no problem. If you consider the loop EBCFE, no problem. Okay. Now I am considering the loop BCFEB. So considering a closed loop BCFEB. So again I am writing equation related to this loop based on sign conventions and rules. So first I am starting from point B. So BB. So I am following the path BC. So in the path BC current is flowing in this direction. But in the path BC we move in this direction. In the path BC we move against the direction of electric current. So I am taking positive sign to the potential difference across this 3 ohm resistor. So plus 3I. Now I am following the path CF. In the path CF we move from positive terminal to negative terminal. In the path CF across the cell we move from positive terminal to negative terminal. So the potential difference across the cell can be taken as negative according to sign convention. That is the meaning of drop of potential takes place. So that's why I am writing minus 30. Now I am following the path FE like this. But in the path FE no any resistance, no any cell present. It's no problem. Now I am following the path EB. In the path EB, observe the direction of electric current. in the path EB, so current passes through 3 ohm resistor like this, but we move in the path EB, we move like this. It means in the path EB, we move against the direction of electric current. So when we move against the direction of electric current, so the potential difference across the 3 ohm resistor can be taken as positive. So plus 3I1, I am writing plus 3I1. So finally I am reaching point B. So when I am reaching same point, so that I am writing minus VB should be equal to 0. So according to Kirchhoff's second law, the algebraic sum of all the potentials across the resistors in a closed loop should be equal to 0. That is, sigma B should be equal to 0. So plus VB minus VB cancel. So 3I minus 30 plus 3I1 should be equal to 0. So 3I plus 3I1 minus 30 should be equal to 0. This is how we arrange this equation like this. Now I am going to solve this equation and this equation. Let this is equation number 2. Here observe equation number 1. In equation number 1, here 6I is there. In equation 2, 3I is there. So if we want to cancel this 6I and this one, so definitely we multiply equation 2 with 2. So when we multiply equation 2, with 2, we get now I am multiplying equation 2 with 2. After multiplying equation 2 with 2, what we get? This equation becomes what? 6I plus 6I1 minus 60 should be equal to 0. This is equation 3. Now I am going to solve equation 1 and equation 3. Solve equation 1 and equation 3. So what is equation number 3? 6I plus 6I1 minus 60 should be equal to 0. What is equation number 1? 6I minus 9I1 plus 15 should be equal to 0. Minus plus minus. Plus 6I minus 6I cancel. Okay students? Plus 6I1 plus 9I1. 15I1 minus 60 minus 15 minus 75 equal to 0. So 15I1 equal to 75. 15 ones, 15 5s. I1 is equal to 5 ampere. So 5 amperes current is flowing through 3 ohm resistor. Substitute this value of I1 in what equation? In equation number 1 or equation number 3? You get I1. Sorry, you get I. Okay students, after find the value of I1, then after we substitute the value of I1 in equation 1 or equation 3, we get I. Now I am substituting the value of I1 in equation number 3. From equation number 3, 6I plus 6I1 minus 60 equals 0, no? 6I plus 6 into what is I1? 5 minus 60 equal to 0. 6I plus 30 minus 60 equal to 0. 6I minus 30 equal to 0. 6I is equal to 30. 6 ones, 6 5. I is equal to 5 amperes. How much amount of current coming from 30 volt cell? 5 amperes. So that 5 amperes current it should be passed through 3 ohm resistor. at point B, out of 5 amperes current, total 5 amperes passed through 3 ohm resistor. So what is the remaining current passed through 6 ohm resistor? 0. 5 minus 5, 0. So what is the current passed through 6 ohm resistor? 0. What is the current passed through this 15 volt cell? 0. So what is the current coming from 30 volt cell? 5. What is the current passed through 3 ohm resistor? 5. So this is how we solve the circuit with the help of rules and sign conventions. Okay. Now I will try to explain one more example problem related to Kirchhoff's second law.